Peter, why did you call the November concerts From the Heart?
I don't know. No, seriously. We've called this program From the Heart because all of the music on this program really tugs at the heartstrings. Kind of goes along with our season moniker of music that moves you. And we start with some real national pride. Last season, we started a tradition of honoring all of our veterans, and this program happens over the Veterans Day weekend. So we're starting with the 6 service songs, because there are the 5 we're used to: the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, the Marines, and the Air Force. But this is going to be the first time that we play a medley that has the new anthem for the Space Force.
That's very cool. The Space Force anthem was added officially in 2022, and this medley is one of the first to use it.
And this medley was crafted just a year ago by a great colleague of mine. He's a great jazz musician and a very fine arranger, Dick Goodwin. Now, the main rest of the program I kind of like to think of as a Strauss sandwich. We begin with a famous composer, Johann Strauss II, Johann Strauss Jr., who was known as the Waltz King. And he wrote so many famous, elegant waltzes, and they have this wonderful lilting meter, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I think maybe one of the ingredients that really made the waltz catch on all around the world was the fact that maybe in a time that was a little more repressed, the waltz was an opportunity when you could really hold your honey close in the dance.
Most of Strauss's waltzes he wrote in the 1860s.
Like the beautiful Blue Danube?
Yes. But he wrote 2 sets in 1888 to honor Emperor Franz Joseph in his 40th anniversary.
And notice that we're talking about the waltzes in the plural, because what Johann Strauss did is he actually wrote a bunch of tiny little miniature waltzes, and then he strung them all together to make a larger form.
What will you play from this waltz?
So from the Emperor waltzes, I'm going to play the opening, very alluring main waltz. Now let's get to the inside of the sandwich. It's always great to feature one of our own, and we're going to do that with Haydn's Trumpet Concerto, and starring in that trumpet role will be our principal trumpet player, John Freeman. And John plays all around this area. He even subs sometimes with the San Francisco Symphony. As you know, it's become a tradition to feature our guest artists in a little Zoom interview, so be sure to watch our YouTube channel for that interview with John.
After intermission, we'll pull your heartstrings in a different direction with Jennifer Higdon's Blue Cathedral.
This is a piece that is the most often performed contemporary symphonic work of this century. It's already been performed over 650 times.
That's amazing. Jennifer Higdon wrote this piece in 1999 in honor of her brother, Andrew Blue Higdon, who had died tragically young from cancer. She wanted to honor him by including his instrument, the clarinet, but she was also a flutist, so she introduced the flute into this piece prominently. And she also introduced important numbers like her birthday numerologically and his.
Now, eventually, for her, this piece takes on more significance with specifically the words blue and cathedral.
Yes, she wanted it to have a special sound because blue can connote sky, something celestial, and cathedral, something spiritual. And she wanted to get a sound that was unlike any other. So she introduced Chinese reflex health balls, which make a kind of a ringing sound.
That's right. These actually come with the set of rental parts when you get the music, and they make this wonderful sort of ethereal sound along with some tuned water bowls, right?
Yes, water goblets, I think, and
Water
also
goblets.
various other shimmery sounds. I think you're going to really like the atmosphere of this piece.
Some sounds an orchestra almost never makes.
Yeah.
So now let's close off this wonderful Strauss sandwich with the other famous Strauss from the symphonic repertoire, Richard Strauss, who lived later than Johann Strauss. There was no direct relationship between the two of them, but Richard Strauss, mainly in the 20th century, had a great fondness and nostalgia for the old Viennese tradition of the waltz. And he wrote an opera called Der Rosenkavalier, which means the Rose Bearer.
Like many composers, Strauss knew that he had a lot of great music in this opera, and to make it more available, he decided to write an orchestral suite using music from this opera, which he did in 1945.
So here's Strauss going down his own memory lane. It's a wonderful, powerful, dramatic, and romantic program played from the heart.
We'll see you at the concerts.